Welcome back to In the Shop with Mike and Chris. Today, we've got the new project, the new channel project here. We're gonna call this one the Cowboy Cream Puff, because she's a cream puff. I'll do just a quick walk around here. And then I'll get into what we're going to do to it in phase one. So you see the interior is pretty clean. The seats, you know, underneath the covers don't look that good. Dash is phenomenal. Everything works on it. It runs and drives excellent. Mike approves of it, right?
Absolutely.
Mike absolutely approves of it. So today, you know, to start, just to kind of break the ice with this old girl, I'm going to address this situation. You see, first of all, it's got some aftermarket hitch on here, which I'm not a big fan of. I don't hate it. I don't love it. But at some point, something happened to it.
It's not the hitch.
It's bent. Well, it's a frame. Frame is bent and the hitch is bent.
Well, yeah, the hitch is bent here. But.
Yeah. So we're going to address that. I'm going to take a hammer to it, a torch to it. Whatever I got to take to it, I'll take to it and make it right. More than likely, the bed at some point is going to have to come out. You can see it's tore here. Other side's tore and the front's tore, and it's just, you know. But we may build a flatbed for it. I don't know. We're going to play that part by ear. It's not, I don't need a bed I don't need a bed or a tailgate because I got this piece of wood here. And that's just as good as a tailgate. Some might say it's better than a tailgate.
Hillbilly.
Hillbilly.
There you go.
Maybe she should be the hillbilly cream puff.
Could be.
Hillbilly cream puff, cowboy cream puff. We're not too sure, but she's definitely a cream puff. You got to drive her. She runs and drives really nice. I got her registered today. So anyways, I'm going to get at taking this thing off, and then maybe we'll take a look, and you guys can watch me do some damage. Okay. I've done some manipulating. I'm cleaning this up because I'm going to take where it looks like Ray Charles welded it there. Ray Charles while he was drunk. And I'm going to turn it into just Ray Charles. So I'm going to clean that up, weld that up, but I got both of these straightened. And then over here, on the, where I'm not too sure, redneck cream puff, cowboy cream puff, hillbilly cream puff, but she's a cream puff. So over here I got these pretty straight. Not perfect, but I think they're straight enough. This one here got a little crack, Hunter Biden style. See that little crack right there? So I got to weld that up. And then I straightened the other mounts up. Looks like the rear end is leaking a little bit of oil, but that's good because I got to service that. I got an oil change kit. Front brake started squeaking, so I got a front brake kit to get all that squared away, and we're gonna be race ready, man. Ray Charles wasn't drunk that day. Some welds done by a sober Ray Charles. Okay, so that was welded. That was probably way overkill. It got a little boogery covering up his stuff, but it is what it is. So now we're gonna go try to weld that crack in the frame. So what does Mike think?
Well, I think it'll pull a trailer now.
Awesome. Whoa, what? Yeah. I don't know if the camera showed it. I think it might be a little bit cockeyed. But that's okay. Be like that trailer's constantly going around a corner.
Tell you one thing, it's a heck of a lot better than it was when you drove it in here earlier.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, it was dragging the ground. Okay. So with some manipulating, beating, hammering, there was a little bit of cussing. Nobody bled though, which is a good thing. But this thing did, when I went to look at it, it did bite me. I don't know if you could see my thumb. In that grease there's a cut. I'm a dumbass. Most of y'all probably know that already. I put my hand on the oil cap to check for blow-by. Show you exactly what I did.
Which is right next to something that spins really fast.
Yeah. Some people call that something a fan. Yeah, so I was standing over here. I'll reenact it. Engine's not running, so we're safe. I was standing over here, and the cap was off, and I reached right here, and you see what's in line. That fan came around and went ka-whack-a-doodle, whack-a-doodle-doo on my thumb. So this truck already bit me. It already bit me once.
It likes you.
Yeah, it likes me, yeah. It was a love nibble.
Yeah. Yep.
Right on. Okay, so we're gonna go look at a transmission for the International. A G56 6-speed out of a 2006 dually. So that's for the International. That's another project that's coming up. We're gonna put a 6-speed in that sucker, stick shift. I'm gonna be banging gears in that hot rod. Okay, so we got the cream puff up on the lift and just doing some looking. Looks like something's going on there and there. Not a big deal. Looks a little rusty. It's a little rusty, crusty underneath here, but she's in pretty good shape for what she is. This right here, I've been doing some reading about it. Now our brake pedal, we don't have the best brake pedal in the world. And one of the possible causes is this thing here. A lot of times will get stuck, and that's a bypass for the rear brakes, and that'll cause a funny pedal. And I got a funny pedal, so we're gonna possibly bypass that. Look at this, custom park and brake. Might need to be adjusted. We'll have to set that park and brake, see if it works. Okay, what's going on there? Looks like there used to be something there, but not anymore. Ground, that's something else. Okay, so one of the things we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to replace this rear pinion seal. Don't jerk on that too hard while she's up on the lift. And then the rear transfer case seal is gonna need to be replaced also. That and frame, you know, I inspected the frame really good because these things are known for cracking the frames. And the frame looks good. It looks in really good condition. And we're gonna also have to replace, looks like the back one looks like it may a little bit leaked at one time, but nothing horrible. I did put new brakes on her. So she's got a fresh set of brakes. I'm gonna drive her up to the thing. I'm gonna also have to order a seal, the input seal for the steering box, which I've never changed one of those, but I'm sure it's not gonna be too hard. Where there's a will, there's a way. Other than that, everything else looks pretty good. What totally amazes me is the frickin' engine don't leak. There's a kiss of a power steering leak, barely noticeable, but as far as, you know, the oil pan and all the surroundings, there's no oil. It's crazy. So the old cream puff is a cream puff. We're gonna we'll do that. We'll replace the diff fluid. They said they serviced a transmission recently, and I'm gonna go ahead and believe them because it shifts really nice and drives really nice. Anyways, let's get this sucker off the rack. I'm gonna head over to the Napa and start ordering some parts. Get the old cream puff going. Make her everything she can be. The brake pedal was mushy, like I had said, and I was gonna bypass this thing, but I opened up the master cylinder reservoir, and I'll be damned if there wasn't no fluid in the back brake. So I opened this up, let some fluid come out. Now I'm gonna pull these back wheels off. Lug nuts are pretty rusted, so I'm gonna have to clean them up because I got one stuck in the socket and that ain't no good. I have to clean them suckers up and move on. But we're gonna pull them wheel cylinders out. I got some new wheel cylinders. We may end up putting new wheel cylinders in it. I'm gonna pull them off and take a look at them. Okay, we're on the Cowboy Cream Puff project. The rear brakes, you know, the master cylinder was dry. I planned to just bypass this doohickey, which is that sucker is the, it has something to do with the anti-lock brakes. So I went ahead and popped the cover of the rear end off just to change the oil. It looked pretty rough when I pulled the axle out. It's got some kind of locker in it. I don't know what the hell that is. Anyways, so this is, we're gonna pull all this apart and put new stuff on there. I was really so shocked. I went to Napa, and Napa got, it got everything. New drums, the right socket. Had to redneck the other one off with the punch. That wasn't fun. I got oil for the rear end. Wheel cylinders. I got the all the crap. I got all the goodies. I got all that shit. Anyways, so get a look at it. Had to pull this nut off, and then the thing just, well, it didn't just come off. I had to turn the adjuster way down because that drum is just worn. It's got the big old lip on it. It's blown out. These brakes ain't worked in a long time. Has something to do with the fact why the brakes didn't work. Might be a little bit rusty in there. What does Mike think?
I don't think that piston's moved in a long time.
Yeah, it hasn't. And when you work with Mike, this is what happens right here. You've got a diagram. Me, I just throw all that shit in a box and then hope for the best when it goes back together. That's probably why.
We got a minor problem here.
Oh, and yep, and we broke the line, so we're gonna have to make a new line. So that's gonna be the holdup, but that's okay. We'll go get a line tomorrow and make it happen.
Yeah.
So that's one side. We're gonna see if we can get it back together now. Here's the next project. Stay tuned for that one. Okay, we got all this on. Now, I was watching something on the interwebs about a guy who had these things that were out around. Now, I think I got them in all the way, and the brake drum floats a little bit. I don't know if that's the way it's supposed to be or that's the way it's not supposed to be. I ain't put oil in this thing yet. I probably should pull that plug out, but I did, you know, just do the old RTV trick. No brake lines you can see in there, no brake lines yet. So this is where we're at on that, and that thing there's, you know, where it is. So what I'm going to do is I've ordered 2 brake cables, parking brake cables, because those are pretty rough. Ordered 2 of those. I might end up needing to get this one, although this one looks like it has moved recently. You can see the witness there. So I'll probably clean that up a little bit more. So I think I'm going to get moving on this seal here right now. I'm gonna pull this thing out and put a seal in it. Get that all taken care of. And I've got my pinion puller, or pinion whatever, yoke puller. It should be here today. So we'll get on that stuff there and then maybe get up here and do the steering thing. But the car's got to come down to do the steering thing because I got to get right up and take that rag joint right there off. That rag joint there got to come off. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So there you have it. I get to work, get this cream puff rolling.